Most people don't miss opportunities because they're incapable. More than likely, they're missing opportunities because they're afraid. I want to get into the fear. Fear sucks. Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom with the Death Kitty. So I want to touch base on, which I wanted to get into the topic with, never ever turn down an opportunity. And 90% is fear. Your fear of what people are going to think of you, judgment. For my Gen X friends, this can fall into the category, I'm too old to do that. Who says that? There's no rule. You do what you want. This is your dream. That's not theirs. Ignore what they say. The other one would be fear of money, which is understandable. But if you really, really want the dream, you're going to have to work a little harder for it. Whether I've ended up working multiple jobs to fund my dream. So the money will come. You just don't have to go extravagant with it. Just take those baby steps. The other one is I'm not ready. If you keep saying you're not ready, you never will be ready. And I had a friend of mine that used to tell me, are you really ready yet? You know what? I was never ready. You just got to go for it. And waiting for alignment, waiting for the dream to happen to you, that's not going to happen either. You've got to put in the mileage. You've got to work hard. If you really want it, it's not going to be work. It's going to be something you enjoy. But you've got to put the mileage in to do that. So fear, get rid of it. What is your fear? What is holding you back? I guarantee it's something, oh, I'm afraid of this. So action, you want to, for movement, what we've been talking about in the last one is movement, your activity. Put yourself in places where you're going to get seen. Go to seminars, go to places that is relevant to what you want to do. You're going to meet people, you're going to connect, you're going to make those, I'll bring this up real quick. I have a drawing of when I first started and then all the connections that I made, and it literally was like a spider web. And this person knew this person, and it was absolutely amazing. But you're not going to find that until you get yourself out there. The dream's not going to come to you. You've got to take the action to get there. Your momentum is going to reduce your fear. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get at it. You're not going to be perfect at first. Don't expect to be perfect. It's got to come from your heart. It can't come from worrying about everything. Reduce that fear and repetition. Do it. Just do it. The small steps count. For every little small step you take, that's a step ahead. And it makes a huge difference. And you don't need the whole staircase. And we talked about that on the last Wednesday Wisdom. I want to go into a couple examples of this. And I've got my notes. My brain's kind of fried from work. But one example, and I promised you guys the room. I did a small little video of me cleaning the room in time lapse. I've reclaimed my room. So my dream was to get into programming again. But what was holding me back was getting everything organized. I had stuff all over the place, but I've got a clean slate. I can get in here and take the time. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, that looks fun. I'm going to do it. So that was one thing holding me back. That's done. I'm ready to go. I want to bring up the Cherry Blossom Festival again for never miss an opportunity. When I went there just to play some, Japanese, cover tunes, and I met the woman who lived in Hokkaido, and she invited me to go to Japan. I was scared. There's that fear. I was scared to death to go. I've never been to Japan. I don't know anybody. What do I do? How do I act? I don't know the language yet. I'm not ready. The money, just everything I talked about at the beginning with the fear. What are people going to think? Oh gosh, she's singing music in Japanese. Throw that out the window. This is your dream, nobody else's. And I took that chance. That's where I ended up working a little bit of a second job, working a little bit of overtime. to afford the trip. She was able to get me a discount. Things will align once you start moving. So that money, when I said it'll come, things will start aligning. You'll find discounts. You know, maybe you'll get a refund from, you know, your insurance company. If that's the direction and you put your heart and soul in it, everything's going to start aligning. And I did. I took that chance. I was scared to death. I cried on the plane, God's honest truth. And I did it. The other thing was the Thunder tribute. I didn't want to just drop this for creating content, because there's another dream. I'm going to bring it up, but this is all related to it as well. I didn't want to give that up and just stop. I wanted to create a tribute for my little boy, Thunder. There's his little urn necklace, his sweet boy. So I took the time and I got out my emotions doing that, and it got my mind off things. I'm going to bring up another odd one. I had a friend invite me to New York to go to New York Comic Con. I wasn't into comics. I'm not a DC comic person. And so I ended up going. Ironically, I had my music CD with me with Japanese music. And I started talking to a Japanese guy. And we were talking about my musician, that was my main goal, was I wanted to meet him. I wanted to perform with him if possible. That I had a CD that if I ever met him, I could hand it to him. Always be ready. Always have something that in your pocket for your dream, because this is a perfect example. And he said, he says, do you want me to give this to him? And I'm like laughing. I'm thinking, I said, do you know him? He goes, yes, I know him. I took the chance. I did not give up that opportunity. I can always print out another one and record it. So I handed him the CD. He walked away, and everybody around me said, do you know who that was? That was his manager. I floored. I had to run outside of the convention center to cry. Things will align. This is where the magic happens, but you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to get rid of your fear. You got to do it from your heart. This is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. So that's what I wanted to say for Wednesday Wisdom. I'm not quite sure the topic next week because I have another dream that I'm going to probably bring up. One is to record, and the other one, I'll get into that. And but I might go into judgment, because this is something, it's one of the downfalls when you follow your dream. There is a downfall. It's not bad. It's nothing against you, but it's going to happen. So stay tuned for that. We've got story time with the Death Kitty on Friday, and we got the kitty skits on Sunday. So thank you guys for tuning in. Do not stop following your dreams.